According to USA Today, you're not patriotic if you don't submit to Gil Bates' shot. If you want weak muscles, joints, bones, teeth, ligaments, tendons, don't get BioTrust, which has the 5 collagens that you need for strong joints, bones, muscles, teeth, ligaments, and tendons. Just don't get it. Now, if you do want strong bones, joints, ligaments, tendons, and teeth, then you're going to want to check out my link in the description below. Go to healthwithflix.com, watch a couple videos, and pick some of this stuff up. You'll be glad you did.
Hey guys, this is Brian from HighImpactFlix.com, and today we're going to talk about something that you're going to think that I am reading an Onion article when I read from this USA Today article. You're going to think this is from the Babylon Bee. And people make fun of me because I make shirts like this, and the link's in the description for this, but conditioning the masses, caution, face mask required for entry, that's today. Tomorrow it's going to be vaccine ID required for entry, and after that it's going to be microchip required for entry. Just wait guys. This is them turning the heat up on the frog in the boiling water, and we are the frog. And make no mistake about it, that this is their intent, to turn up that heat on each and every single one of us. This is from USA Today, dated August 6th, 2020. Check out this article written by 3 doctors. I'm going to blow it up nice and big for you so you can see it. Defeat COVID-19 by requiring vaccination for all. It is not un-American, it's patriotic. Make vaccines free, don't allow religious or personal objections, and punish those who won't be vaccinated. Again, guys, this is USA Today. This is a USA Today opinion piece by 3 doctors, Michael Letterman, Maxwell J. Melman, and Dr. Stuart Youngner. And they're being serious. They say that you're threatening the lives of others if you don't submit to forced vaccination. Let me expand this so you can see it. To win the war against novel coronavirus that has now killed, they say, over 158,000 people in this country, the only answer, there is no other answer, there is no other savior, the only answer is a Gil Bates, government-funded, toxin-laden, baby-containing vaccine. That's what they're saying. The only savior on the horizon, the only answer is compulsory vaccination for how many of us? All of us. And they are serious. And I have to highlight and bold and italicize that this is not an Onion News article. This is from the USA Today opinion piece from 3 doctors. And while the measures that will be necessary to defeat the coronavirus will seem draconian, you think? Even anti-American to some, we believe that there is no alternative. You got no other choice. This is it. There are no other options. What we say that you must take is what's going to save the world. And if you don't do it, then you're operating against that objective of saving the world, and you're the enemy. And you need to be punished. Simply put, getting vaccinated is going to be our patriotic duty. Submit to the government. That's your patriotic duty. That's what they're saying. Submit to the experts. Submit to mainstream media. Submit to the fear-mongering. The reason when an effective vaccine is available for COVID-19, it will only defeat the pandemic if it is widely used, creating herd immunity. It's important to note that during an epidemic, there is no threshold above which the protection conferred by herd immunity cannot be improved. Thus, the more people who are immunized, the lower the risk for all of us, including those who are not vaccinated. I watched this mainstream media thing last night from, what's that guy named? Lester Holt from MSLSD. And they had a doctor on there that said, at best, during flu season, it's 50 to 60% effective. But they're going to require it for everybody, even though they admit that it's 50 to 60% effective. Some people argue that the reason we even have seasonal influenza is because of the annual vaccine. That's what some people argue, YouTube. That's not my argument. That's what some people are positing in the arena of knowledge. Nor is there an alternative to vaccine-induced herd immunity in a pandemic. Relying on enough people becoming infected and then immune is dangerous, as exemplified by the Swedish experience, where the COVID-19 mortality rate exceeds that of its more cautious neighbors. Broad induction of immunity in the population by immunization will be necessary to end this pandemic. And what did William Pitt the Younger say? Necessity is the plea for every infringement of human freedoms. It's the argument of tyrants. It is the creed of slaves. And of course they come with good intentions, but what did Daniel Webster say a couple hundred years ago? Good intentions will always be pleaded for every assumption of authority. It's hardly too strong to say that the Constitution was made to guard the people against the dangers of good intentions. There are men in all ages who mean to rule well, but they mean to rule. They promise to be good masters, but they mean to be your masters. They're basically telling you to submit to the masters and that it's necessary. In simple terms, a refusal to be vaccinated threatens the lives of others. You are threatening the lives of others if you don't submit to a vaccination. That's what they say in USA Today. So here's what Americans must do when a vaccine is ready. Make vaccinations free and easily accessible. Well, that's a misnomer right here. There's no free lunches. It's not free. Somebody's going to pay for it. Who's going to pay for it? The tax cattle. They're going to pay for it against their will and without their consent because the government's going to extort money for them to fund Bill Gates or to fund Inovio or to fund Merck or Eli Lilly or Johnson & Johnson and all the pharmaceutical companies. They're going to get this money from you. They're going to extract the money from you. They're going to extort the money from you. It's not free. That's a euphemism for theft. Exempt only those with medical contraindications to immunization. It's likely that more than one vaccine platform will prove effective, as was the case for the polio vaccine, and as a result, medical conditions that prohibit all COVID-19 vaccinations or vaccines would be rare. Number 3, do not honor religious objections. The major religions do not officially oppose vaccinations. Number 4, do not allow objections for personal preference which violate the social contract. I never signed a social contract, did you? I keep hearing about this social contract. I've never seen my signature on the social contract. What the heck are they talking about? How can government and society assure compliance with protective vaccines? Vaccine refusers could lose tax credits or be denied non-essential government benefits. Health insurers could levy higher premiums for those who, by refusing immunization, place themselves at higher risk, as in the case for smokers. They really want you to be taken through the ringer. They really want you punished if you don't take their Gil Bates vaccine. If you don't submit to Big Pharma, this is what it's all about, guys. If you don't submit to Big Pharma, you're not included in society. They go even further. Private businesses could refuse to employ or serve unvaccinated individuals. Schools could refuse to allow unimmunized children to attend classes. Public and commercial transit companies, airlines, trains, and buses could exclude refusers. Public and private auditoriums could require evidence of immunization for entry. And you laugh at me when I make a shirt like this right here. Caution, vaccine ID required for entry. Caution, microchip required for entry. People laugh at that. Oh, it's never going to happen. People want it to happen. People like Alan Dershowitz want it to happen. Listen, guys, he believes that the state has the legitimate authority and right to grab you out of your home, force you into a medical facility, and have them plunge a needle into your arm. Take it away, Alan Dershowitz.
You have no right not to be vaccinated. You have no right not to wear a mask. You have no right to open up your business.
Wait, can I stop you? No right not to be vaccinated, meaning if they decide you have to be vaccinated, we have to be vaccinated?
Absolutely. And if you refuse to be vaccinated, the state has the power to literally take you to a doctor's office and plunge a needle into your arm. If the vaccination
Where is that in the Constitution?
If the vaccination is designed to prevent the spreading disease.
If it's designed to prevent the spreading of disease, what vaccine is produced without them saying it's designed to prevent the spreading of disease? Every vaccine maker says that their product is designed to help stop the spread of disease. He's saying it's necessary. Again, necessary is the plea for every infringement of human freedoms. Every infringement of human freedoms. This is necessary. We have good intentions. This is to help everybody. If you don't do it, you're putting people in danger. You're the enemy. Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. Public and private auditoriums could require evidence of immunization for entry. The only legal limitation on government or private action is that it not be discriminatory, and it's hard to see how discrimination would occur if vaccinations were free and accessible to all. Again, they're not going to be free. How then should immunizations be documented? A registry? Yeah, no connotation of slavery there. No connotation of the police state and the surveillance state there. A registry of immunization will be needed with names entered after immunization is complete. Again, guys, this is not an Onion News article. This is not the Babylonian Bee. Adequate immunization may require more than a single vaccination. Listen to that. Adequate immunization may require more than a single vaccination, and the durability of protection by different vaccines may vary and may not be lifelong, requiring periodic booster immunizations. Thus, immunized persons will need to receive expiration date stamped certification cards, which should be issued to all who are immunized in the country, whether here legally or not. These measures may seem draconian and would be costly, but ensuring universal vaccination is a negligible sacrifice compared with the cost of deaths and social upheaval that a sustained pandemic is having on our country. The sustained pandemic is not having this upheaval on our country. You know what it is? The Federal Reserve. They are the ones doing it, according to James Bullard from the Federal Reserve. The St. Louis Federal Reserve, he said, this is a planned, organized, partial shutdown of the U.S. economy in the second quarter. They are doing it. This isn't a pandemic thing. This is a Federal Reserve thing. We acknowledge that the refusal to obey rules when considered unjust is an American tradition. But another cornerstone of the American tradition is that we come together when it is necessary. There it is again. Necessary. Necessity is the plea for every infringement of human freedoms. It's the argument of tyrants. It's the creed of slaves. They're arguing this right here, and the slaves are begging for it. The best example of this was during the 2 world wars. Everyone contributed. No one was allowed to opt out merely because it conflicted with their sense of autonomy, and draft dodgers who refused to serve were subject to penalties. True conscientious objectors could refuse to use weapons for religious reasons, but they were obligated to help out in other ways, serving in non-combatant roles. There is no such alternative for vaccination. That is from 3 doctors in an opinion piece from the USA Today. That's what they think, guys. People like Alan Dershowitz thinks the state has the right to plunge a needle in your arm against your will and without your consent. And they're going to penalize you if you don't comply. That's what this is all about. It's all about boiling the frog in the water. You and I are the frogs in the water. They're trying to condition the masses, like this latest shirt design says. Face mask today, vaccine ID tomorrow, and after that, microchip, and you're 100% controlled. I even saw something where they are trying to design a chip where they put it under your skin or intramuscular, where it can read data and actually have a booster shot application embedded in the chip. I don't know how they would do that, because you would have to go in and get that thing charged with the vaccination. So I'm not sure how they would do that. But they're actually talking about interfering with your actual DNA and forcing you to do things 24 hours a day against your will and without your consent. It's amazing, guys. What's going on today is amazing. It's astounding. It's frightening. It's surreal. And for all of you guys on YouTube, if you haven't already, subscribe to me on DLive and on BitChute. These are my alternative media sources where I can actually, speak a little bit more freely. So if you would do that, the links are in the description and in the pinned comment. Leave your thoughts about this for the entire world in the comment section below.
Okay, before you go anywhere, a lot of people have asked me if they can get a shirt from the store with the design on the back. Let me show you real quick what you can do within the store as far as self-editing your own design that you can put on any shirt, hoodie, mug, phone case, whatever. Pick out any design from the store, then select any item. And guys, there are hundreds of items to choose from. Hats, beanies, bags, buttons, men's items, women's items, stuff for kids, and even pets. I'll just select this shirt right here. You can change the item color to whatever you want.
hit this little pencil editing tool right here and then click on Customize. You can enlarge, shrink, or reposition the design on any item. You can also click over here to the left on Designs and add any design you want. Matter of fact, you can put as many designs as you want on the front or on the back of the shirt. Or you can click on Text and add some customized lettering. With the lettering, you can change the font color, increase the size, and you can even bend the text. And check this out. If you want a design or lettering on the back or on the sides, just click on where you want your design or text, click on the Design or Text tool, or you can even upload your own design. It only increases the price of the item a couple bucks. And you can do this on any item that you select. The store link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Your purchase gets you a kick-ass design and supports the channel while it helps me create more content. Leave your thoughts about this video for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comments section below.